Hello and happy Tuesday from this Tuesday baby at Radically Rational and radicallyrational.com on what is the 62nd anniversary of John Glenn's orbital flight in the Mercury program. Not the first American in space, but the first American to orbit the Earth. That would have been 1962. And as I recall, and I paid attention to these things as an 8-year-old. As I recall, we weren't exactly in love with Russia or the then Soviet Union. Matter of fact, we kind of had a thing about that, and we saw the Soviet Union as a threat not only to our existence, but to human dignity and freedom. And it took a while, but we faced them down because we stayed consistent, and ultimately that resulted in the dissolution of the Soviet Union. And then we took our foot off the gas, we lost sight of our values, and now who would ever have predicted that a former president of the United States and a guy that wants to be president of the United States again would be so deeply in love with Russia and so deeply beholden to Russia and so much in love with a murderous dictator who is his role model. How do we know that? Because he says it all the time. You don't have to read the tea leaves. All you have to do is pay attention to what he says. And who would have thought that said former president would have nothing to say about the death of Alexei Navalny? Nothing. As a matter of fact, the only time he referenced the subject was to ridiculously compare himself to Navalny. That is truly, truly offensive. But you love him because he's a business genius, right? Well, actually, every single thing he's touched has turned to excrement, and this is too good. If you haven't seen this morning, these gold sneakers, first of all, they don't exist. If you want to fork out $300, $400, whatever it is, you can place an order. You'll get your shoes, they say, in August. Don't count it. But here's the other thing. Gold shoes with the red soles, major trademark violation. And he once again is going to get the hell sued out of him, and he's going to lose because he's not very bright. And those of you who say that all of these charges against Trump are politically motivated, what are you basing that on? Once again, Logic 101. Yeah, when he screws up, it has political benefit to his opponents, of course, and they'd be unwise not to take advantage of that and point it out. But the charges themselves were not politically motivated. The charges were based on the overwhelming evidence and probable cause that he has committed 91 crimes. So you can stop with that. And you can see this happening. Are we really going to abandon Ukraine? I'm becoming very pessimistic here, and it's all coming from the GOP. They're just give-up artists. You now have GOP congressmen and senators saying, well, you're not going to be able to beat Putin, so we shouldn't put any more. Well, you're not going to be able to beat Putin if you don't try. And understand this is a matter of our American national security. The GOP has become the party of weakness. The party that has always portrayed itself as the defenders of American values and principles and concepts and democracy. And now they not only have turned their backs on those principles, they're showing open disdain for them. And some of you are okay because apparently you don't understand America either. I got to squeeze this in. Going back to that Hamas attack on October 7th, of course Israel had a right to retaliate and defend itself, and I said so, but they've crossed the line. No, this goes way beyond this. And what Israel is doing now under the leadership, if you want to call it that, of that gall-blamed Netanyahu is unconscionable. And these are violations of human rights, and I'm going to say it, they're war crimes. You have tens of thousands of civilians dying, and he refuses to even consider a solution, a two-state solution. He paints the problem, but doesn't want to solve it. Who does he think he is? A House Republican? Where have we seen that before? I won't support this in any way. Obviously, I support Israel's security, but this is way beyond the pale, and this has nothing to do with national defense. Quick sports note. Score of the NBA All-Star Game, 211 to 186. That is an insult to the people who pay you your billions of dollars. And you know what they should do with the NBA All-Star Game? They should do what the NFL did. Let's just go play touch football. Let's go play flag football. It would be a lot more compelling, but that was absolutely insulting to sports fans and basketball fans and people who have supported the NBA. Final thing here. Man, my mind is a strange place. So I'm grading papers last night, and all of a sudden, I catch myself singing a Mama Cass song from a long time ago, a song I haven't heard in at least 20 years and probably closer to 30. Words of love, worn-out phrases, and longing gazes won't get you where you want to go. No. And if that doesn't work, dream a little dream of me. Let's have a good Tuesday. We are radically rational.